When most people think about the history of Dallas, they'll usually think about oil, skyscrapers, or things from way long ago. But honestly, if you look in your own backyard, like at Dallas Heritage Village, you'll find a way different story. Let's start by looking at the daily life of the people in the early days. The pioneers were moving to North Texas in the 1840s, but they were not moving in the pre-built towns or any luxury at all. They were building basic and very small shelter entirely out of whatever wood that they could find. Families typically lived in small log cabins where the domestic place was their entire world. Inside these walls, the survival required non-stop physical labor, as the women managed intense daily tasks like spinning wool, preserving seasonal food, and tending livestock, while the men spent sunrise to sunset clearing all these thick fields looking for crops. According to a scholarly article in the Southwestern Historical Quarterly, the early Texas frontier families faced extreme geographical isolation. Because of this, they had to rely entirely on their localized domestic production just to survive the harsh elements and the diseases that would be spread onto them. When you analyze the tight physical layout of the cabins at the Dallas Heritage Village, you could see that nothing was really decorative, as every single corner of the space was built for pure utility and daily survival, just trying to get by, and there was simply zero room for any waste. But the settlers didn't stay isolated forever, because by the late 1840s and 1850s, the local economy began to expand a lot. Much of this growth was driven by the Peters Colony contracts. This was a massive land grant program authorized by the Republic of Texas to recruit thousands of families to settle across the DFW Metroplex. As more people had arrived, pioneers transitioned from just growing food to feeding themselves to engaging in regular commerce. They utilized early trail networks to trade goods with each other, and in fact, tensions over the land ownership got so intense during this economic boom that it led to the Hedgecock's War of 1852, which was an armed rebellion where local Dallas settlers actually marched and seized the land company's records in anger. In studies on early North Texas commerce, historians point out that while the nearby Trinity River was far too unpredictable for major commercial shipping, local trading posts, and small-scale agriculture, like early corn farm and cotton farming as well, they successfully linked these isolated families into a broader, more connected market. This shift from this basic survival lifestyle to active market trade was just fully underway right before the Civil War deadline, which was 1865. So why does studying this even matter today? By exploring the physical preserved space like Dallas Heritage Village, we could learn that the creation of a modern Dallas was not an accident. It didn't disappear overnight either, because the immense pioneer grit, the domestic endurance, and the early market structures that were established in the early days between 1840 and 1865 are the elements that made the post-Civil War railroad boom across North Texas possible, as this local space proves that the history in our own backyard isn't just quite a collection of old buildings, but it is a literal physical blueprint of Texas economic endurance and growth in Dallas. Thank you for watching and listening to my project.